On the news tonight, Governor Obiano commends state traditional rulers for support to development projects. Youths urged to embrace fish farming to tackle poverty. Armed bandits kill 38 persons in attack in Sokoto State. And in foreign news, Uganda bans public gatherings in Kasese district amid Ebola fears. Good evening and welcome to Evening News on ABS Television. I am Ifi Arono. Now the detail. Governor Willie Obiano has commended the traditional rulers of Onitsha, Obosi and Omaru for their support to the construction company handling the second Niger Bridge, expected to be delivered by February 2022. Governor Obiano was speaking during the 2019 Traditional Rulers Council seminar at the Government House, Oka. Government House correspondent Ejika Bana filed the report, taken from our studio.
The seminar, which is the 8th in its series, has the theme Igbo, meant to address the aberration that kings don't exist in Igbo land. Declaring the seminar open, Governor Obiano said that such support has helped to advance the progress of work on the project that will ensure prompt delivery. Governor Obiano asked the monarchs to brainstorm and take a position on areas such as the total abolishment of the Osuka system, the seeming anglicization of Igbo names, where people say things like Anambrarians instead of Anambra, cultism, as well as traditional rulers who prefer to live outside their communities, among others. On the 20 million naira Community Choose Your Project initiative, Governor Obiano commended communities that have completed the first and second phases of the project, but stressed that communities that are yet to complete theirs will not participate in the upcoming third phase and urged them to take time to support the Anambra State Health Insurance Scheme so that members of their communities will enjoy the benefits.
In your communities, there are very rich people. Approach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them to say, go to the health insurance scheme. They will be very happy to do so. Instead of using that money to do things that they should use that money to do.
In his speech, the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Chief Greg Obi, said that the theme of the seminar goes to the heart of Ndibo, their origin and history, which is important to the governor, and stressed the importance of increased cooperation between traditional rulers and President General of communities for good of the people.
We must continue to work together, Igwes and PGs, for the good of the Anambra. Both the Igwe and the PG are there to work for the good of the community, and we should never lose sight of that.
The chairman of the State Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Alfred Achebe, in his speech said that the topic was chosen to challenge Ndibo to genuinely relate with kings in other regions, noting that Ndibo have been as guilty in propagating the falsehood that Ndibo don't have kings. Igwe Achebe expressed optimism that the seminar will produce a recommendation to state government on herdsmen menace, review of existing constitutions in their various communities, review of traditional marriage, burial rights, as well as proposal of town union administration as a fourth tier of government.
The consultations clearly identified the need for a platform for relationships based on historical affinity, mutual respect, common interests, amity, and unity amongst us.
The seminar, which is an annual event, serves as a review session for monarchs in the state to brainstorm on the challenges and chart better ways of engagement with their community members and all levels of government, among others, and was also attended by traditional rulers of the old eastern region, which was the first time since the war end of the Nigeria-Biafra Civil War.
And on party matters, the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA, says the decision to zone the speakership position to the northern part of the state arose from the simple fact that the party had earlier zoned the governorship position in 2022 to the south. We have details.
A statement signed by the national chairman of the party, Chief Victor Oye, said the decision was reached after due and wide consultation with critical stakeholders and the need to maintain equity and justice. The statement explained that the clarification became necessary to correct malicious misrepresentation of facts on the issue. It urges members of the party across the various divides in the state to abide by the choices made by the party to oversee its affairs in the 7th Assembly and express the belief that with the choices, the party is well positioned to face the challenges ahead and discharge itself creditably in line with democratic tenets, expectations of the people, and development of the state.
Now, the 7th Anambra State House of Assembly says it is committed to enacting more people-oriented laws for good governance of Anambra State. The Speaker, State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Uchenna Okafor, gave the assurance in his inaugural speech during yesterday's plenary. House of Assembly correspondent Chukwuemeka Modeling was there and now reports.
Right Honorable Okafor, while giving assurance that the 7th Assembly will meet the expectations of the people by surpassing the achievements of the 6th Assembly, thanked his colleagues for exhibiting patriotism and maturity by electing him as the Speaker of the 7th Assembly. Mr. Okafor stated that the House under his watch shall justify the confidence reposed in him by partnering the judiciary and executive arm of government in moving the state forward. He commended Governor Willie Obiano for remaining steadfast in enthroning and sustaining good governance in the state.
I thank my distinguished colleagues for the confidence reposed in me by electing me the Speaker of the 7th State Assembly. And I promise to carry everybody along and to respect individual potentials of the lawmakers towards a truly formidable legislation. May this Annual Chamber continue to offer the best legislative services to Anambra, and may the future generations of the state look upon the 7th Assembly as a true assembly of the people's representatives who did their best in the service of our dear state.
The 7th State House of Assembly was inaugurated by the Clerk of the House, Mr. Pius Udo, following the proclamation of the first sitting of the House by Governor Willie Obiano. In an interview, the member representing Onitsha North 2 constituency, Honorable Edward Ibuzo, assured the new leadership of the House that members of the House will work with them to record more accomplishments. From the State House of Assembly, Chukwuemeka Modeling, ABS News.
Still on legislative matters, the emergence of Right Honorable Uchenna Okafor as the 7th Speaker of the Anambra State House of Assembly has been hailed as a practical recognition of the place of the youth in productive governance. Honorable Okafor, in his 30s, represents Ayamelum constituency of the Anambra State House of Assembly and joins the League of Few Youths who have made breakthroughs in Nigeria's legislative politics, including Adebo Ogundoyin, the 31-year-old new Speaker of Oyo State House of Assembly, Abok Izam, the new 33-year-old Speaker of the Plateau State House of Assembly, and Oladimeji Bankole, who became the youngest Speaker of Nigeria's House of Representatives at the age of 37 in the year 2007. Our correspondent, Daniel Eziwe, interacted with stakeholders on the sidelines of the inauguration of the 7th Anambra State House of Assembly on their opinions about the new Speaker and our reports.
Episeni Victor Uchenna Okafor, a two-time member of the Anambra State House of Assembly, becomes the first male Speaker of the House after a double succession of female speakers, namely Chinwe Nwebili and Rita Madagu. One rare thing with the 7th Anambra State House of Assembly, however, is that there is only one female member, Honorable Beverly Ibazu Nkemdiche, representing Onitsha South 1 constituency out of the 30 House members. That apart, the emergence of Honorable Okafor as the new Speaker, according to Chief Chukwuma Okoye, the member representing Oka South 2 constituency, is a signal of the renewed vigor for quality legislative business in Anambra State.
I believe this 7th Assembly will be one of the best National Assembly so far that Anambra State have ever produced.
For Chief John Wokoye, who is the member representing Oka North constituency, the choice of Mr. Okafor has further strengthened the drive towards encouraging active youth participation in governance by the present administration of Governor Willie Obiano.
Build the youth, to build the nation. So the majority of the youth in the house signifies that Anambra State is moving in the right direction.
While the senior special assistant to the governor on legislative matters, Chief Edozie Ezogwa, urged the new speaker and his colleagues to harness their youthful energy to promote progressive governance in Anambra State.
What I expect from the incoming members is to leverage on what outgoing members have done. There's a lot we're expecting from them.
In their separate views, the chairman, Local Government Service Commission, Anambra State, Dr. Peter Egente, the managing director and chief executive officer of the Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, Chief Uche Nwora, and the political stalwart, Chief Dan Obuefi, described Right Honorable Okafor as a charismatic youth who has worked his way up the tall ladder of success, noting that his youthfulness will be cardinal in achieving results.
So the party, APGA, and the governor, they've always tried to empower the young people. So what with Uche Okafor now as the speaker of the 7th Assembly, I mean, that's a confirmation of what has been happening in the state. We're very proud of him, and I believe that he will bring his wealth of experience to bear on that position. We wish him very well. We wish him well.
In Oka, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
Moving on, youths have been urged to embrace fishery and its value chain as a way out of poverty, depression, and crime. Speaking at a forum in Ojoto, Idemili South Council area, Chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN, Mr. Chukwuemeka Uzochukwu, who is also a fish farming expert, said that most youth languished in poverty, which might lead to crime or depression because they fail to maximize their potential with opportunities within their environment. We've got details.
Mr. Uzochukwu regretted that Nigeria import ice fish from Chile and Niger Republic, stockfish from Norway, dry fish from Lake Chad, even pepper from Cameroon, when such things can be produced in the country, noting that Singapore exports fishes to Thailand in exchange for food. The Secretary, Catfish and Allied Farmers Association of Nigeria, Anambra State Chapter, Mr. Okezie Ohalete, discussed the fishery value chains, saying that one could start off with little capital. Ohalete named 5 fishery value chains, including broodstocks production that entails parent fishes, where eggs are extracted, hatching that features production of fingerlings and infant fishes. Others are outgrower production, which is growing fingerlings into full-grown edible fishes, smoking, drying that entails packaging before the final stages of marketing. Ohelete then harped on the need for formation of cooperative societies and knowing people involved at different stages of the production to know where to purchase or sell produce. He informed them of the various opportunities where one as a registered small medium enterprise could access funds to expand one's business, including packages in Bank of Agriculture, Bank of Industry, Ministry of Agriculture, Anambra Small Business Agency, and Central Bank of Nigeria. Meanwhile, Director of Department of State Security Service, DSS, Mr. Mark Ebi, urged the youths to embrace positive knowledge at their disposal, enjoining them never to consider committing suicide as an option. Speaking on effects of suicide on national unity, he told the youths never to lose hope, but believe they could start from little to greatness, avoid peer pressure, and control their emotions. Youth and Sports Officer, Ministry of Youth and Creative Economy, Mr. Maduko Okoye praised the leaders of NYSCN for embarking on such an initiative, saying that the state government would support any industrious youth.
You're still watching Evening News on ABS television. Still ahead, armed bandits kill 38 persons in attack in Sokoto State. And in foreign news, Uganda bans public gatherings in Kasese district amid Ebola fears. We'll take a break. Stay with us.
ABS, Heartbeats of the East.
Welcome back to the news. 38 persons have been killed by suspected armed bandits in an attack on 2 villages, Suluwa and Satiru, in Isa local government area of Sokoto State. Thousands of victims who fled the attacks are taking refuge in Tozai, a nearby village where a temporary internally displaced persons camp has been set up by the state government. The displaced persons are from Sulua and Satiru villages in Isa local government area, where suspected bandits attacked and killed over 38 persons in 2 separate attacks. The people of Satiru, Sulua, Katanga and Kokaro say they want security beefed up in their areas to enable them return home to their farms. The Sokoto state governor visited the victims at the internally displaced persons camp in Tozai, where relief materials were supplied by the state's Zakat and Wakafi Commission. And in business news, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, may soon allow the Naira to freely find its value, with a possible depreciation on the official rate usually pegged at about 350 Naira per dollar. An update on its website has indicated the development is signaling an end to the most criticized foreign exchange rate window, which has been used mostly for government-critical businesses that affect the public, particularly the importation of petroleum products. If the move sees light of day, it will mean that the value of the Naira at the official window is depreciated with its concomitant closure of the peg. And in foreign news, Uganda has banned public gatherings in Western Kasese district as officials attempt to contain an Ebola outbreak, which has killed 2 people in the country days after the virus spread from neighboring Democratic Republic of the Congo. Emmanuel Aneboyona, a health ministry spokesman, confirmed the move today, hours after officials declared that a 50-year-old Congolese woman had become the second patient to die of the disease in Uganda. Her 5-year-old grandson was the first confirmed Ebola death in Uganda. The boy's 3-year-old brother also is infected and is currently undergoing treatment. The 3 individuals were part of a family group that traveled to DRC to care for a relative who also died of Ebola before returning to Uganda. Well, the family, friends and well-wishers of Okeke Akokalia family of Umunri Nsuhu village, Abatete, has paid their final respect to late Mrs. Esther Chinazo Okeke as her remains were laid to rest. Late Mrs. Esther Chinazo Okeke, aged 72, was the mother-in-law to the ABS head of camera unit, Mr. Ifani Jidofo. Our correspondent Valentine Mbadua reports.
The burial began with a requiem mass at the country home of late Chief Ernest Nnebue Okeke Akokalia, attracting friends of the family from far and wide, in-laws, members of the Mothers Union and Women's Guild, as well as the clergy. In a sermon during the burial service, a visiting priest from St. Thomas Anglican Church, Oba, Venerable Raluchuku Okoye, noted that death is just a transformation which he said is compulsory for all mortals, and urged Christians to adhere to the teachings of Christ so as not to fear death whenever it comes.
Put your house in order. Mama Maranka Begede. Are very common among some mothers. Nka beloved ones. God is saying, put it in order.
In a condolence message from the ABS family, the Director of Programs Department, Mrs. Kate I.G. Okeke, and Head of Administration, Lady Tina Ekenta, called on the immediate family members to look up to God and not to mourn as if all hope has been lost. On his part, the Head of Camera Unit, Anambra Broadcasting Service, Mr. Ifeanyi Jidofo, while sharing his good experiences with the disease, regretted her demise but appreciated God for the kind of life she lived.
As mothers, and cannot question God, but then we pray that God will accept her soul and then comfort some of us as she left behind.
For her children, including Mr. Dan, Elizabeth, and Dr. Chudi Okeke, though they were mourning her departure as mortals, they have already taken solace in the good life she lived while on earth.
She was a devoted Christian. The life of my mom is actually a sermon on itself, with teaches everybody how to live a Christian life.
She lived a good life, which she imparted onto the children. It's worthy of emulation. We always tell people, emulate her.
The late Mrs. Esther Chinazon Okeke was survived by 9 children, 19 grandchildren, brothers and sisters, as well as other relatives. The burial witnessed condolence visits by in-laws, friends and well-wishers, including that of Jidofo family of Ubo, accompanied by staff of Anambra Broadcasting Service. From Abatete in Idemli North Local Government Area, Valentine Mbadowa reporting for ABS News.
And that's the news at this time. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV Online. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. And now the main point again. Governor Obiano has commended state traditional rulers for support to development projects. Youths have been urged to embrace fish farming to tackle poverty. Armed bandits have killed 38 persons in an attack in Sokoto State. And in foreign news, we told you that Uganda has banned public gatherings in Kasese district amid Ebola fears. And that's the news edited by Paul Ezoke and the production team. I am Ifi Arono. Thanks for watching. Good night.